Yeah, good day, guys. This is your boy Mona Too Funny, Mona.tv. Yeah, like this. Waiting I come like this, and a serious update too.
Emmanuel, are you telling me the truth?
Regarding to Mohbad's wife and the DNA test. I know say most of you go dey expect me make I drop something regarding to that. Just today. So what I want you to do is relax, chill, and watch the video I'm about to play you now. Make you see as everything take play out. No go anywhere, but don't forget to like, comment, and share. And so it's your boy Mohbad Son DNA. Comment, like, and share. God bless us all, and have a beautiful day.
Is not Mohbad son. The baby belongs to Sam Larry. The baby was allegedly fathered by Sam Larry. And I told the police that this might be where you want to start your investigation. I spoke to 4 sources. They told me this is where it all started, and this is why. I said, but we have a music industry issue here. We have a discrepancy between an artist who wants to come out of a contract and take his royalties as well. I said, that's just a side show. The problem started with the pregnancy. Wumi lived in the Malian house with Mohbad, at least when they were there. She was known to have sex with possibly all the guys in the house. Nobody likes to say these things out because it's disgraceful. Go and look at what they're writing about me on Just Love and comments. I had 3 children for 3 men. I don't know who put these things on the internet. I have 3 children for 2 guys. Sometimes they say 4 children for 4 men. Shaitan Lawani doesn't have 3 children for 3 men. Or why is it me they're picking on? Is it not circumstances that make you leave one man and go to the other one? Like domestic abuse? Shay Bin Abu Fabrosima doesn't have 4 children for 4 men. And you're picking on me? Focus. Focus. Gift Okoma says, I trust your investigation. Anyone can go with what they want to say. Somebody said it's not true. Well, you'll know it's true very soon. There's a DNA report. When the fighting started, a very big businessman in Dubai is one of the big Dubai Bitcoin men. They call them Bitcoin Yahoo boys. He invited everybody to Dubai. They did the tickets. I called everybody from the travel agent to the person that picked them up to everybody I spoke to. It was tedious. That's why that video I'm uploading is so annoying. It's taking long. I was just sleeping halfway during the video. I was like really in pain. So I had to take my Tylenol with codeine and I was drowsy. So I decided to go live. So they all agreed that they should do a paternity test. So they did a DNA test. Who brought out the DNA stuff? Who initially brought it out? Someone online that possibly noticed the resemblance between Sam Larry and the child. And they put it online, circled both heads, and they were trolling Sam Larry. When I saw that picture, I made my own picture and I circled him and the child. There was a resemblance. There are people who know things and they don't want to go to the police because they're scared. So if you're screen recording, go ahead and screen record. Just credit Kemi Talks Facebook. Credit Kemi Talks, tag me Facebook. So what basically happened was all parties showed up. It's like what happened with Davido and the baby mama, the first one, and Imade, the second one. Everybody showed up the DNA. They organized, the person that organized the hospital appointment, the person that organized the visa, the tickets, the hotel, everything was done. The baby, Wumi, Sam Larry, Mohbad, Naira Marley, and Sanusi. Sanusi is the one that the very black dark man has been trying to find out who is this guy. Nobody knows. Oh, you guys are ignorant. Nobody knows. All this time I've been showing you. The boy is frustrated now. And I don't want him to divert. I don't want the very dark black man to divert, because he's excited this morning because Davido is following him and Davido messaged him. So he's off path. Don't get excited about that Davido one. Okay, there are people that are excited when I come to their DM. They go and frame it, they go and do that. Go back to the work. But the very dark black man tweeted me yesterday and said, I like Kemi's opinion. You see, the things around us that we don't look at, that we don't focus on, are the things that might be real. You can tag the very dark black man. Maybe you can see this, because he watched my other one and he screenshotted it. Yabo's blog at Just Love, at Tonto and all of them, they're feeding information of sympathy and sentiments to their audience. And the audience are ignorant people, so I don't care. Just love how people came on my page. They're very rowdy. Nobody can comment on me. I don't post anything on Instagram, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. I only post it on Kemi Talks now. All my pages on Instagram, no tags, no mentions, no DMs. I just work and no comments. Okay, the only people that hear from me are the ones paying me for subscriptions. They're inside that page, the subscribers. So, when they all showed up, they went and did the DNA test. And the DNA test showed that Sam Larry owned the child. Sam Larry wanted his child from Mohbad. We're going to discuss, like I said, some of you can make requests, I'll bring you in. I spoke to Daddy Freeze 30 minutes ago. He was getting ready to do his own live. And I told him, I said, let me just go on Facebook, because maybe later on, if you want to bring me on your night's live, I'll come. So the DNA test reported it was positive, and Sam Larry was determined as the father of the little boy. I mean, look at the resemblance. That's his dad now. So now, Mohbad was not releasing the baby to Sam Larry. This child was born in April this year. Thank you, Any Sunday. Anyone contributing, all the accounts are on the pin. Thank you. I'm just tired this week. I want to rest. This morning my brain was hurting. It was not a headache. I said my brain, you could feel blood moving. You don't want to have a hemorrhage now. We have a problem. There's 30 million in the account now. I don't know the bank, but what they did during... Do you remember one boy like that Daddy Freeze was even helping the father? The father said the child had some kind of disease, and they sat down in the middle of the road of Port Harcourt. Baby Benaya, do you remember that? And they raised almost 100 million. And then the baby suddenly died, and they went to the airport to go to Dubai for the heart surgery. So the 100 million was shared between the father and all his friends. You know, the father was a police officer. So in the end, I was the one that did that investigation. I called Freeze. I said, Freeze, these were 4 officers. They just did a big scam. They cashed out. Remember what happened? Lagos State government told them to freeze the account. Whatever the account, or GT or one of them, they froze the account. In the end, what happened? They unfroze it. Everybody left with their money. Elaborate scams. You ever open YouTube and you see people on YouTube crying next to their newborn that has no heart or a hole in their liver or something? They go as far as paying for YouTube ads so that they can look real globally around the world. That Indian woman, she collected money, and then it turned out to be a scam. So, Mohammed IBN Yusuf, Zelle is there on the pinned whatever. Zelle is there, Bank of America. Thank you for contributing. So guys, When the DNA came positive and it was determined that Sam Larry actually owned, you see how distraction causes problems in journalism. If we were just joking about Sam Larry looking on, the baby looking like Sam Larry, and we kept on that joke, it would distract us from the real story. Then we have celebrities. Oba Solomon, another prophet said he wants to wake Mohbad up if they give him the body. Oba Solomon is also calling that other prophet up. Tomonojabi said Mohbad called him and he spoke to the ghost. You see how they're doing this, boy? These useless people. Tomonojabi that bullied me, released my phone number, my address, is now the advocate for the bullied. You see how all of them are doing? On the Tonto side, they're all opening accounts. Sam Clef too has raised 3 million for the mother. You see how we are stupid in Nigeria? When Kemi Olunloyo talks, listen, I'm not there anymore. I told you one day I will leave. I've left already. I wouldn't even say anything about Nigeria. I'd just be watching on my own corner laughing. But this one I had to get into because of what they call passion. I'm not made for Nigeria, like you said, Victoria. So now the fight began. He wants his son. Wumi already knows that, yeah, I slept with everybody. These people have casual sex. They don't use condom, they just do it, they pull out. But she didn't know. So when she got pregnant, she assumed, don't you see these cases? Don't you see these fair women cases? Have we not seen so many on the internet? People raising other people's children and they did DNA and found that they were not their children. We have seen it over and over. And it's real. Paternity fraud. Nigeria is number 3 now in the world. You know what I'm saying? If my son in America, my youngest son in America meets a girl today, Monday, and they have sex today, the day they met, tomorrow she has sex with somebody else. At the weekend, she calls my son and says, let's go for dinner. After dinner, they have sex. She spends the night. What about the man she had sex with on Wednesday? What if it's his own sperm that entered and impregnated her? She'll come back to my son and says my son that owns the child until that child is dead. Until that child is born. So what is happening is, unlike what we normally see, everybody go and bury their head in shame. Sam Larry wants the baby, and Mohbad refuses to give Sam Larry the baby. Why? Possibly because Wunmi is his wife and it will be a disgrace if the world hears. Now let me hold on the baby. Let's go to Sanusi. So my source in Dubai said, Sanusi is Sam's boy, Sam Larry's boy, and they call him Sanusi Sam boy. That's what they call him, Sam boy. Sanusi is the guy with the dreads in front, the one that very dark black man has been looking for. Very dark black man saw Sanusi standing next to Yabo, the other one was signing condolence register. Sanusi was at the car dealership. Notice how they came out of the car and they were coming to inspect the car they were going to buy. 3 people. Mohbad came out of the car with 1 person and the dealership guy took them to the car. Sanusi was with them, but he didn't come out of the car with them. He was already at the dealership. What was he doing there? Then we saw Sanusi in the car crying, crocodile tears. Mohbad has died. Him and the driver. They videotaped themselves. The phone was sitting there on the dashboard. So when they put the video on Mohbad that has died, he didn't move one way. He puts his thing up. You know what I'm saying? When he put the neck up and they noticed he was still alive, They now stopped videotaping. That right there is a sign that he was injected something and he had not passed out completely. Are you guys following me? Please type yes, we're following, or just yes. Because I want to do it in segments. Are you guys following me? Please, no replies to each other. Please, focus. Did a 3-hour show last night. Yes, okay, Queen Fumi Fati. So, we found Sanusi. Where is Sanusi now? Because he needs to come out and talk to police. If you notice what the police tweeted, the police said, no matter where you are, we are going to come and get you. Who do you think Mr. Dijobi, ACP, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Federal PPRO, or who do you think he was referring to? At first I thought he was referring to Bella Shmurda. It could be him, it could be Sam Larry, it could be Naira Marley, and it could also be Sanusi. Was Sanusi the hitman? When we hear the word hitman, guys, what do we think? Someone that took the gun and shot the person. Sometimes the hitman doesn't need a gun. Abi's gun that they used to rob banks in Bangladesh. Abi, I've never seen this story on Al Jazeera. You can go and type it on Google. Al Jazeera, YouTube, Bangladesh robbery. Those guys withdrew $1 billion. Yes, $999 million, $1 billion. They withdrew it in 15 minutes without a gun. When the bank closed in Bangladesh Friday, the cleaning man that enters there, and it's two of them, they will carry buckets mop, they will enter the bank to go and clean the bank. On that day, the security camera outside did not see 3 of the people, that 3 cleaners, they saw 4. Their friend came. So while they were cleaning, that one went to sit on the desk of the manager, customer service. Remember, bank has closed. He introduced a worm into the system. A virus. When the worm entered the system, he attached the Bank of Bangladesh system to Bank of New York. So $1 million would go like this from Bank of New York. New York was just waking up. Bangladesh has already ended the day, 8-hour difference. New York was just waking up. So 1 million will leave New York, enter Bank of Bangladesh. Another million enter, million, until that thing hits about 950 million. The computer now shut it off. The computer detected suspicious activity. Now, why did the computer wait till 900 million? Because there are actual banks and oil companies who are transferring that sort of money. If you try and withdraw that thing, let me take 50 million, another 50, another 50. If you want to take $50 million 4 times, it will stop you. All you need to have is people like me, PayPal. Okay, at one time I had $5,000 in my PayPal. I removed 1,000. It declined. Even blocked me, said that I had to call PayPal. PayPal now unblocked me and told me I should do it in like 500. Instead of to take that 5,000, do it in 500. That's what I had to do. Because the system is programmed for that, because of Yahoo boys. I want Hush Papi, I want Lamari, I want Bank of Bangladesh. When the computer stopped, they removed the worm. And the money had entered that Bank of Bangladesh. When they finished cleaning, all of them left with the brooms and the mop. They now went to the ATM. When the money in Bank of Bangladesh entered from Bank of New York, they now transferred some of it to Bank of Philippines. Philippines also has already entered Saturday now. All this operation was done on Friday. By the time Bank of Philippines got the money, their bodies over there, those ones in Philippines were the ones withdrawing the money via automatic, alerts. They even went to the ATM at one point to get some cash, big amounts. That's how $900 million disappeared. So go and watch it in Al Jazeera. Do you need a gun? I always divert to explain things to you. Some people say, Cameroon lawyer, I won't die away from the topic. It's because I'm trying to explain something to you. What is the main way to do a bank robbery? Should you enter with a gun, shoot and kill everybody and take the money? Nobody does that anymore. You can just sit and do it on a computer. That's how 900 million was never accounted for till today. The biggest bank heist without a gun. Go and watch it. So if we're calling Sanusi the hitman, did he use a gun? Did he shoot Mohbad? We have not heard anything about the autopsy. We know that bullets were involved. But from what we're all hearing, injection was involved. A nurse is under custody, fake nurse. If they in fact injected him, a hitman can be behind that injection too. So a hitman that uses injection to kill people. Abi, you don't know how North Korea president does his own. Or the way Putin did it to one politician. Some kind of nerve gas and they killed the guy. So at the end of the day, people, what is happening is basically what we call a person of interest. Sanusi is a person of interest. He's no longer in Nigeria. We spotted him in 3 spots in Nigeria. He's gone to Dubai. They used him. Remember what Very Dark Black Man said? He said, who is he working for? Who is Sanusi? We have a name now. Who is he working for? I'm going to remove some of you. This woman always talking rubbish. If I'm talking rubbish, sounding like that's even a fake name. Let's remove you. Block. There's block and ban from life, so let's block you. I don't have time, please. I'm tired. I can't even tell you what happened to me yesterday. It's so disgraceful. You know I did not eat. Yesterday I did 3 live videos. I did not eat anything. When I finished with the 3rd live video, it was 11:45 p.m. Your own time. I was tired already. And I didn't eat. I just drank some juice and I went to bed. So, the points I'm giving you now. Number 1. The guy with the dread, his name is Sanusi. He's based out of Dubai. They sent him to Nigeria. How did he meet Mohbad? Mohbad knew him from the Dubai trip. Mohbad did a paternity test. The test showed he was not the father of the baby and that Sam Larry was the father of the baby. Sam Larry wants his son. Mohbad refused to release the boy. Now we have a problem. All the money you are giving the boy and all the musical estate of Mohbad must not go to the boy. I knew what I was saying. The reason why the estates cannot go to the boy. Remember I said that somebody will have to go to a judge and the judge will have to set up a probate. And a probate lawyer will have to, because the money that Mohbad has made now since he died, the thing has reached 1.7 billion in Naira. This new EP that he did. The sales. And one track there is with Bella Shmurda. So Bella Shmurda too just got rich. The same Bella Shmurda that we talked about last night that they didn't want him on his projects. They jumped on his project. Maybe they knew he was going to die. That's why Bella Shmurda is also a person of interest. They are all frenemies. Hilary Joke Ojukwu. That's a fake name. How can you be that? Oh no, Hilary Joke. Okay, it's not fake. Hilary, sorry. You said who is Sanusi, the boy with the dreads. The one that Very Dark Black Man saw everywhere. Very Black Dark Man wanted to know who the 3 guys were. They were working for someone. I can only tell you that they call him Sammy's boy. If they were working for Sam and Larry, the Sammy sent them to go and kill Mohbad. That's the police job. Now let me read this to you. What was the motive for Mohbad's death? These are the questions I'm asking. Ogbode Victor, when did you arrive? They've done DNA test already. Some of you are just arriving and you're not hearing what we're talking about. Watch the video again. What was the motive of killing him? Was the plan to eliminate Mohbad and all his music assets transferred to the baby and the wife who betrayed him and had a baby who already allegedly belongs to Sammy? Sammy can inherit all Mohbad's assets as the father of the boy, which is why I caution Nigerians against donating to the mom and son. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? What I just said. If they give the assets to the baby, Sam Larry can take all those assets as the father of the boy. And that's why I said, don't feed the boy. It's like saying, don't feed Sam Larry. As we're looking at this case now, Sam Larry may not even be a wanted man. Why? What is his crime? He fathered a baby. The police will have to come up with a way to pin that murder on him. Notice how I said murder. I'm not using death anymore because they terminated this man's life. With the entrance of Sanusi, and we don't know where Sanusi is. They said he's back in Dubai. So, if Sam is the father of the boy, he can inherit all that money. All Mohbad's hard work money. Mohbad has no family. Should we give that money to the wife? The music, I'm not even talking about the 30 million they've donated. I'm talking about the music assets, billions. Should we give it to the wife? Hell no. Person that went to sleep with someone else. Should we give it to the mother or the father? Hell no. So Mohbad does not really have any family. Who are we going to give all his money to? What about his 300 million with Naira Marley, the royalties? Mohbad came to a life that was wasted. My brother died 2 years ago. It was the one in the Alimos Go riot. Tayo was 8 years old, paralyzed since 43 years. He died 2 years ago at 51. Why did Tayo come to this world? For what? What was his purpose? I still always ask. Some people just came and their lives ended so short. Everything they worked for went to the wrong people. Now, the next part of my broadcast. This investigation tire me. Is he legally married to Wunmi? Nobody knows. She will have to bring her certificates out. Because if she's not legally married, she has no inheritance of his assets. So before he died, okay, before he died, he knew and he kept it a secret. Mohbad had that dark secret that the child was not his, but Mohbad was attached to the child. Mohbad loved Wunmi and wanted the child. You see how he curled around Wunmi with the baby. And after that, they now told him the baby is not. You see, look at the boy sitting down. And the face now is not. I don't know who the people are saying that he looks like the baby. He doesn't look like the baby. Does not. So it was a deep family secret. We have them. All of us have deep family secrets. It was a big, deep family secret. The whole family. That is why Wunmi's sister threatened VDBM. That's what I'm calling this guy now, VDBM. Very dark black man. So VDBM was threatened by Wunmi's sister with a 300 million naira lawsuit. Some people think when they throw lawsuits out, you'll be scared of them. No. Shebi, I announced it yesterday. Have they threatened me with lawsuits? Even if I'm outside the country. Even if I'm inside the country, there's nothing they can do. Shebi, I'm doing video now. Bring your lawsuit now. The 30 million naira that Nigerians have donated should be frozen by the bank because technically that baby boy did not lose his father. His father is alive. So his father is allegedly Sam Larry. So the money should not be given to the child. Wunmi should be called in for questioning. I don't think police can arrest Wunmi. She has not committed any crimes that they can prove her of. But there's an angle in which she might be a criminal. Who has Mohbad's phones? The phones were last seen with Wunmi after he was transported to and fro the hospital. In a previous conversation, Wunmi was fond of taking his phones and hiding them, and he accused her of going to post their chats on WhatsApp, which is what happened. We heard the chat. And in the chat, he said, Mohbad was yapping Wunmi's family. You and your family, when you have finished killing me, you now post everything. And that's exactly what happened. Mohbad was surrounded by enemies. So please, let's leave that Sam Larry DNA test thing. The DNA test was already done in Dubai. Now Mohbad, how did he die? Was Mohbad buried alive while injected with midazolam? Midazolam came up. I don't know how it ended up on the internet, but midazolam is a long-acting benzodiazepine. Those are big words. I'm a pharmacist. Let me break it down for you. Have you ever heard of Valium, Xanax, Alprazolam, Ativan? They're all benzodiazepines. What do they use them for? Anxiety. They use them for depression. They use them to put people to sleep. Rohypnol is another one. Rohypnol is one of the strongest. Flunitrazepam, it can last 24 hours. They use it to rape people. That's why they call it the date rape drug. Flunitrazepam. Rohypnol, they throw it inside your drink when they take you out for a date. No taste, no color, and no odor. So if you have a glass of water, they put in you can't even taste, you just sleep. That's what they use when they're about to kill somebody. They've used it in many killings in Nigeria. Remember that businessman in Lagos that they killed him and cut his body into pieces and put it in the bush? That particular case, they used Rohypnol. Bolu Atife, the nurse in Ibadan that graduated and went to a party, Lead City University graduate, that's what they put inside her drink. So she slept off. Then they carried her to the ritualist where they took out her womb. Before they do those things, they either inject you or they throw something in your drink. Be careful with your drinks. I always say that. That one that they're calling me a malt, it's okay. Okay, I've so told that story many, many times for all these gist lover people. My malt was in front of me. You don't know my eating habits. Everybody has eating habits. I don't eat a whole lot of swallow. But when I eat swallow, I like to eat. When I was eating amala, begiri and ewedu, and 2 pieces of beef, I like to eat. I don't eat with my hands, fork, amala, I eat it. When I'm finishing with that amala, then I go for the meat. It's after I finish that thing that I now drink, which is not healthy. You're supposed to drink in between. So when that malt came and I wanted to open it, Eniola Badmus was walking right towards me. Auntie Kemi, I will finally meet you. Let's do selfie. So we moved away from the table. Maybe I finished eating and I carried my malt right into my bag. I was going to drink it because there was food here into my stomach after the picture. So somebody now saw the malt. They won't circulate, and from there they'll be calling me a G-malt. So I went to the Dutola's party. I carried like 9 cans of malts. I balanced it on my head and I said, Gist lover, shout out. Gist lover used the footage. So you can call me a G-malt, you can call me whatever you want, but you go and open your mouth and leave it there because you want to take pictures. They will poison you. Go and ask Davido. So, midazolam lasts for 18 hours. Did they inject him with midazolam? Were they coming from the hospital where he was injected? When he moved his body, why did they stop taping? They had already said he was dead. So the midazolam was possibly kicking in. And he was out cold. Where were they taking him? They said that Wunmi was inside that car. You know, there was 3 people in the car. The back seat, we didn't see you. The nurse and Wunmi were inside the car. We only saw 3 people real quick. So, if the nurse and Wunmi were inside the car, the people that gathered around the hospital said they possibly were taking him to the casket maker because they were not taking him to the mortuary. When he got to the casket maker, there's a possibility, this is what I sent the police, that since they had already knocked him out with midazolam, assuming that's the drug, they now strangled him by the neck because his neck appeared broken inside the coffin. There's no such thing as a small coffin. The second you die, all your water is drying up. Coffin fits everybody. May it not be our time yet. So I have my own reasons to believe that he was strangled, his neck broken. Because if you look at the picture I gave you, the angle of where the neck broke, if it was in fact broken, is the same spot that blood splatter was inside the grave. So let's say it leaked. So there's a possibility that it was buried alive, something we heard online.